Year 1, Deputy to the Grand Vizier. Year 4, Governor of 3 provinces. Year 7, Commander of the Ottoman fleet. Year 10, Grand Vizier, second only to the Sultan. Year 11, 2 men walked into his room. He didn't fight back. In 1933, the man who ended the Ottoman Empire stood up in a lecture hall to defend him. We'll come back to why. His name was Merzifon Kara Mustafa Pasha, born in Merzifon, a city in northern Anatolia. He was not a devshirme, not a slave conscripted into the palace system. He was something rarer, a protege. The Köprülü family, the most powerful dynasty in the empire after the sultans themselves, took him in. He grew up watching how power moved, how rooms fell silent when certain men entered. He learned every corridor, every name, every debt. He married into the family. He became the family. And then he went further than any of them. 20 years of building, not commanding armies, building the infrastructure that armies run on. Supply chains, alliances, the loyalty of men who would never appear on any map. When he finally stood at the top, Grand Vizier, 1676, he had spent 2 decades earning every stone of it. He was not handed this. He constructed it. 1683. The Ottoman Empire launches its greatest Western campaign in a generation. The original target, Győr, a fortress city, defensible, achievable, safe. Kara Mustafa changed it. He aimed at Vienna. Nobody knows exactly why. He left no written explanation. Perhaps he saw something no one else saw. Perhaps he miscalculated. Perhaps, in the silence of his own ambition, both were true at the same time. He marched 150,000 men toward the heart of Europe. He had the walls surrounded within weeks. He had the army. He had the artillery. What he didn't use, the heavy siege guns that could break stone. He wanted the city intact. He wanted its wealth, its libraries, its architecture. He didn't want rubble. He wanted Vienna. That decision, wanting too much, kept him outside the walls. While he waited, the relief army was coming. September 12th, 1683. John Sobieski arrived with the Polish relief force. The battle lasted hours. By afternoon, it was over. He left his tent, his gold, his maps, his plans for the following year. Belgrade, winter, 1683. A desk, a candle, maps. He was not finished. He was calculating a different route, a corrected route, 1684. He had failed once. He had failed at the very last step. That was not the December 25, 1683. Christmas Day. Am I to die? As God pleases. In 1933, at a conference in Ankara, a professor stood up and argued Kara Mustafa had been reckless. Vienna was an overreach. He deserved his fate. Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the man who had ended the Ottoman Empire, who had built a republic from its ruins, who had no reason to defend any Ottoman memory, stood up. He said Kara Mustafa had not been wrong. The strategy was sound. The vision was real. The man executed at that desk in Belgrade had understood something his enemies never did. An empire willing to execute the one man, brave enough to reach for its greatest ambition, is an empire that has already decided to fall. He built things. In Merzifon, the city where he was born, a mosque, a caravanserai, a hammam, all of them still standing. The empire that executed him lasted another 230 years, and then it didn't. His buildings are still there. History remembers Vienna as the Ottoman failure, but Vienna was just one afternoon. The real story is 10 years before it, and one morning after. A man still writing, mid-sentence,